Hi everyone, welcome to Share and Review. Today we're going to take a look at Infratil. Just that normal housekeeping. If you're looking for personalised financial advice, then you do need to talk to your own financial advisor. I'm just covering off what I look for in a share when I'm perhaps looking to place new trades. Hey, I mentioned it on Tuesday. If you're interested in learning how to invest, and it doesn't just cover the share markets, there can be all different areas of investment that we can look at. I've been running a few of these courses for businesses. However, I'm really passionate about it. We've been getting lots of great feedback, and I thought, well, if you're interested, then I'm really happy to perhaps run some for individuals such as you. So let me know in the comments. You can direct message me. You can put comments in below this video, but let me know if you're interested and what sort of things you would like me to cover so that I can certainly set this up that you're going to get value out of it. I've had over 20 years experience in the financial markets industry, and in fact 30 years all up in banking and finance, so certainly well educated to help you in this area. So let me know. Now let's jump across and see the performance of Infratil. Here we go, we've got Infratil up here on the screen, and as you can see here, I've just zoomed in a bit. Basically, we hit a high of about $12.84 in Infratil. We hit it a couple of times back on the 21st of October and then again the week beginning the 25th of November. Since then, though, you can see we have been in a downward trajectory with Infratil. Now, this is a really interesting one. You can see by this volume indicator here, it's a very strong green bar, and that was sort of the week of the 25th of November where it hit that high of the second time. A lot of volume usually does indicate potentially that a share is going to perhaps run even further. But like I just said, it's actually started, it's been moving downwards since that time. If I go out for an all period, you can see here that obviously at the beginning of this chart, which was sort of March 2000, it was only worth a few cents. It was only sort of in the 40 cents mark. And today, obviously, Infratil is trading it at about $10.52. But this has gone to a monthly, but it's been trending down, and you can certainly see that. Now let's run an indicator on this. Now for this one, I'm just going to put a 200 period moving average. Whoopsie, it's a very slow moving average, and the reason I do that is that it can help with giving excuse me, an overall trend as to what is happening in the market. And you can see here, it still perhaps indicates on the monthlies that it could be potentially creeping up. However, again, on the 5-year, which looks at a weekly price range, it's still moving up. And on the yearly, you can see that which moves to a daily chart, you can see that it's started to turn. So why I've looked at all three of those is because obviously if I look at the all-time period, it is over the whole period that this share has been trading, and that makes it a very, very slow moving average. By looking at the 5-year, it does shorten it up a little bit, so it gives us a little bit clearer picture, and then the 1-year chart to me gives us a very, very strong indicator. So the market on Infratil on the daily chart is trading below that 200 period exponential moving average. So again, that's why I would not be looking at doing it. So the 200, to me, the 200 exponential moving average is a good indicator to see how the share is sort of performing long term. It's certainly not a short term indicator that would tell me whether I'm going to look at entering a trade or anything like that. Let's change this and make it a 30 period moving average, which is an indicator that I always use. And you can see here on the daily chart that Infratil is definitely trading below that 30 day exponential moving average. You can see here it actually fell through at about the beginning of January this year. Let's take it over a 5-year and take a look there. And so on a weekly basis, again, you can see that it traded below that on the close of January this year. And for that very reason, I used to hold Infratil, to be honest, and it was probably around that time that the share did hit my exit stop, and it took me out of the market. And I'm happy about that because even though it's hit my exit stop, it's still made a very nice profit for me. But it means I can go back in again when the market conditions change. Now, let's also put on the 15 period moving average. Zoom back in. So this is on a weekly chart. You can see that the 15-week exponential moving average crossed through the 30-week, and that happened around sort of the week beginning the 10th of February this year, and it's still trading down, obviously. Now that, to me, if you in investing terms, when you see the fast period moving average cross through the slower period moving average, it's referred to as a dead cross. And the reason for that is usually because markets can fall further, and it's basically an indicator to say stop, pause, reflect, and just see if this is an appropriate investment to be entering into. For me, because that has happened, it definitely isn't. Okay. And like I just said before, it was a share that I owned and I was exited earlier this year from it because it hit my trailing stop. And I do talk a lot about those, but that is what protects your capital. It also takes the emotion out of it for me. It means I'm not second guessing. I receive a notification to say that my exit's been hit and my shares are automatically sold. And so I just move on and obviously record all the information about it, but it means there is absolutely no emotion on my behalf. I'm not second guessing myself saying, should I perhaps hold on? Should I wait and see what happens? All of these sorts of things, because it's binary and it's taken care of. To me, it's easy, completely emotionless. And that's what I sometimes see with people when they do invest. So they have a lot of emotion in there. They perhaps might have sentimental value to a particular share for a various reason. And those sorts of emotions can cloud judgment, in my view, and that's why I like to use automated stop losses. Now let's also take a look for Infratil and just see how it is trading in relation to our main board, being the NZSX 50. And you can see here that Infratil has been certainly one of the major performers for the NZSX 50. It has been trading above that. But however, you can see that it is on a decline. Now, hey, who knows what's going to happen in the future? I don't know. I just look at the charts based on what I see at the time when I'm looking. And for those that do follow me regularly, I tend to look at the markets. I always look at them on a weekly basis because I'm a little bit of a medium to longer term investor. And so that's what I want to base my decisions on. I will look at charts on 1 year to see what's happening shorter term, but I base the majority of my decision on these 1 week charts. Now, another thing that is a red flag for me is if we just zoom in here, and I've taken that moving the comparison to the NZSX 50, is 2 red candles in a row. Okay, so if I see 2 red candles in a row, and there's been a few of them, then I will hold off entering a new position. Okay, because that's not to say it can't change. And you can see here we had back in February this year, we had 2 red candles. So in other words, the market closed lower than where it opened for the week 2 times in a row. And then we had 2 potential upsides, but they weren't anything exciting. Now, depending on when I'd seen that, depends on what my position is, what my view is. I would certainly compare it to the main board of the NZSX 50. I would also look at those exponential moving averages and just see what they're saying. And if the share's trading above it and there's a lot more positive signs, especially when you see a volume indicator like this one, then potentially, yes, I could look further. But as you can see here, we've then got 2 more red candles. We've then got a doji, which didn't do anything. We've then had 3 more red candles. So as you can see, those to me, there's more red candles is what I'm really saying on this chart than what there is green ones. So that also is a red flag for me not to want to go into this share at this stage. That's not saying that I won't look at it in the future. I definitely will. Infratil's a good company. It's obviously just hitting some headwinds at the moment, and who knows what that can do. So I hope that's helped. Remember, let me know in the comments if you would like me to perhaps run a elementary session on learning to invest, and let me know what you were specifically looking for, and we can see if we can make something happen. So until next week, take care.